welcome to our podcast.
It's me, introduce myself. My name is Ibrahim.
And my name is Irnawati.
In this podcast,
The topics we will discuss are positive, comparative, and superlative adjectives, the present continuous tense, subject and object pronouns, reflexive pronouns, talking about the future, will, shall, and be going to, adverbs of manner, place, and time. So make sure to stay with us until the end of the podcast.
let's start with the first topic. First, let's talk about number one, positive, comparative, and superlative adjective. What is the difference between comparative and superlative adjective?
The comparative form is used to compare two people or things. For example, Ulpa is taller than Shakira. While the superlative form is used to show that someone or something has the highest degree in a group. For example, Ulpa is the tallest in class.
Next, number two, the present continuous tense. Why can some verbs such as remember, believe, and understand use the ing form in the present continuous tense?
That's a great question. These verbs are called stative verbs because they describe thoughts, feelings, or status, not actions. Therefore, they are usually not used with the ing form. For example, we say understand, not I'm understanding. However, the verb thing is an exception and can use the ing form when it describes an ongoing thinking process, such as I'm thinking about my future.
Next, number three, subject and object pronoun, reflex pronoun. Why do we need reflex pronoun like myself, yourself, and themselves when we already have words like me, you, and them?
Reflexive pronouns are used when the subject and object are the same person. They make the meaning clear and show that someone does an action to themselves. For example, I hurt myself. Words like me, you, and them are used when the subject and the object are different people. For example, I see you. If we use the reflexive pronoun in this case, the meaning will become incorrect or confusing because it will suggest the action is done to the same person, not to someone else.
Next, number four, talking about the future, will, shall, and be going to. Why do we ask both will and be going to if they both mean going to do something in the future?
Both will and be going to are used to tell about the future, but they are used in different situations. Will is usually used for the session made at the moment of speaking. Will be going to is used for plans that have already been made. For example, I am 30, I will buy a drink such a spontaneous decision. Will I'm going to visit my grandmother tomorrow. Such a planned action.
Okay. Next, number five. Why doesn't the word past become firstly like quit becomes quickly?
Okay. The word past can already be used as both an adjective and an adverb, so it does not need lie. That is why we say past, not pastly. For example, he runs pastly.
Which topic was the easiest to understand and why?
For me, subject, object, and reflexive pronouns were the easiest because they are used in everyday conversation. When I understood their function in a sentence, it became easier to use them correctly. So that was our discussion today. I hope it can improve your understanding. Thank you for listening and see you again. Bye bye.